Good evening and welcome to the Board of Education meeting for Greeley-Evans School District 6. This meeting will now come to order. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Lemon, will you please call the roll?
Director Azari.
Present.
Director Bentley.
Present.
Director Campos-Spitzy.
Present.
Director Mash.
Present.
Director Matthews.
Present.
Director Norwood. 5 board members present.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. It is a night of celebrations and proclamations. I just wanted to remind everyone that we are in our open enrollment period of time. So if your student would like to participate in a specific program in a school outside of their neighborhood school, this is the time to submit that paperwork, and if a spot is available, then your student would be able to attend that school. I also wanted to congratulate our theater troops at both Greeley Central and Greeley West High Schools who put on fantastic performances this last weekend, both involving witches, but with very different themes. We had a comedy of Puffs at Greeley West and the very dark tragedy of Macbeth at Greeley Central. And congratulations to all of the actors who I know that is just an all-encompassing endeavor in the midst of trying to keep up with studies and things like that. So hopefully they're all enjoying some rest after that. Also, congratulations to our Greeley Central men's soccer team to making it to the Final Four. They will be playing their next game this Wednesday. So if you have the opportunity to, I'm sorry, I forget the location, but I'm sure you can find that out on the Greeley Central website. And we need a bunch of fans there to cheer on our Wildcats. We were a little late getting started because we were honoring our outgoing board members. As you know, there was an election last week, and we have 3 new board members that we're excited to welcome: Weston Edmonds, Robin Rogie, and Dina Lemos Garcia. But this evening is Mr. Matthews' last board meeting. Mr. Norwood isn't with us, but we want to thank him for serving as well and for bringing his perspective as a former educator and his connections to the community. That was valuable to have on the board as well. As Mr. Matthews is leaving after 8 years, some of you may have already heard this, but I just thought it was fun to kind of look at the numbers for a person who served on the Board of Education for 8 years. They likely attended around 144 meetings, 80 to 100 school visits, spent 24 days at CASB and 24 days in negotiations. Mr. Matthews served with 14 different board members. He was involved in 3 MLO campaigns, 1 bond measure, 1 global pandemic, countless Capitol visits and executive sessions, and got to serve with 1 superintendent, our wonderful superintendent of the year, Dr. Pilch. But Michael weathered a lot of trying times in the district, and with his steady leadership and his calm demeanor, just really has mentored all of us up here and many of those other 14 board members, has championed school funding and new curriculum, sports, events, helping our students to be college and career ready. And we just can't really put into words the impact that Mr. Matthews has had, and President Matthews for 6.5 of those 8 years. So on behalf of the board and all of the staff, we would like to thank you and give you an opportunity to say something if you like.
Well, thank you, President Mash. And 8 years does go by quickly. And even when there's a pandemic in the middle of it, it still seems to go by quickly. And as I look out at the room, again, I'm very thankful for the relationships that I've got to make in this district. People who have, as I look down the board dais as well, and we just had a celebration with former board members and people who were mentors to me. And again, I'm so very thankful to have gotten to get to be a part of this district. It is such an amazing place with so many amazing people and so many amazing students. And I don't know if everybody really, from the outside, if you really get to appreciate how great a place that this is. And and I will miss it. I will miss all of you. Some of you I know I will get to see a lot, and some of you I probably won't get to see quite nearly as much. And so I will miss that. I do want to thank some special people, and that is the people. When you do this, as you read it off, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time for all of these guys, and that comes from somewhere, and a lot. For most people, I think it comes from either from their work. When Dr. Campos Spitzy or President Mash, when they're at a school, they're actually losing money every time that they're there, right? There's a shift that they don't sign up for. For me, I was able to incorporate a lot of this work into my work, and so I never could have given as much time without the support of the people of St. Patrick, the church that I serve, and so. I'm very thankful to that group, because they gave a lot of my time to the school district, especially in some of those years that required a lot of time, and then to my family, to my wife and 5 boys, and more extended family. They have given a lot of me as well, and so I'm very appreciative to them. Could not have been able to do this and experience this without their sacrifice as well. And they have been such a great support to me in difficult moments, and I'm so thankful for them. And I would be sad, except that I believe that this district is in such a good place. I'm so excited about where we are. I'm so excited about the 4 board members that are going to come and join you guys. Well, the 3 board members, because Mr. Bentley's remaining. But I'm so excited about the board that we'll have. I'm so excited that our superintendents agreed to stay for another 10 years. And but to see the progress that this district has made, and the things that again, those remarkable people that I talked about earlier, that they've accomplished. I'm so excited for what is next, and to get to watch it from a more comfortable chair on Monday nights. And so thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Real quick, before we move along, I wanted to recognize our Council of Student Representatives that are with us tonight, Sarah Venegas and Abby Tovar. Thank you, as always, for being here and for your input into our business here. The next item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. So
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the agenda as presented.
Second.
thank you both. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Ms. Lemon, will you please give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
And I am pleased to move along to our special items. Dr. Pilch, I will hand it over to you.
Thank you, President Mash. It's my honor tonight to recognize the Colorado Teacher of the Year for 2026, Mr. Stephen Paulson. And we'll start this with a video that Ms. Lemon is getting ready to queue up. And then we have some of Mr. Paulson's colleagues here tonight to share about him, Mr. Stephen Birch and Mrs. Amy Zuloff. And then we are going to give Mr. Paulson a chance to share as well. We are so honored by this recognition for Mr. Paulson and for Greeley Central High School and for District 6. I think the state of Colorado has truly chosen a fine educator to serve in this role. On Thursday of this week, Mr. Paulson and Ms. Myers and I will go down to the State Board of Education to their state board meeting where he will be recognized by the state board. And I know this is so hard for him to be out of the classroom. I know that asking him to leave his classroom so that he can be recognized is just not a very cool thing. He wants to be in the classroom, but he does understand the significance of being recognized by the Colorado Department of Education Board of Education here at the state level. So with that, I'd like to share the video, and then I'm going to pass it over. Is Ms. Zuloff, are you going to go first, or Mr. Birch? Well, I'll let them work that out. Okay.
He's just like so amazing, and he's a teacher that I'll always remember. I've always been asked who's your favorite teacher, and I never had an answer before.
First of all, we learned that you are on from the moment you walk in this door to the time that you leave, and I have a feeling even beyond that.
I will forever cherish everything he has taught me, everything he has made me experience.
You are a world opener. You teach students and other adults that there are opportunities beyond what they thought they could achieve.
I am pleased to introduce a very special guest, our Education Commissioner for the state of Colorado, Susanna Cordova. So, we are very excited to be here today, and we were here just a few weeks ago to celebrate somebody very special, Mr. Paulson. Mr. Paulson, come on down! We're here to announce that your teacher, Mr. Stephen Paulson, is the Colorado Teacher of the Year!
He just tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I think for anybody who just wants to help their students and connect with their students and support their students, Paulson is exactly the type of teacher that you want to look up for, because you can tell by all the supporters that he has, it's for a reason.
Never before has the Greeley-Evans School District had a Colorado Teacher of the Year. You all have a star among you, a superstar. And we're so honored he chooses to work in the district and at Greeley Central High School. We're so honored.
I honestly was not surprised when he was named a finalist. I was like, you're gonna win. I just knew he was gonna win. So as his wife, I know what he's capable of.
I love this school. I love our colors. I love all of you.
I'm just very glad that you guys get to be celebrated. I think this is the best place I've ever worked. You guys are the best, and I'm gonna make some kids angry with this comment. You are the best students I've ever had, and I've had a lot of good students. So I'm just glad that people got to walk into this gym and see you guys.
Good evening, President Mash, members of the board, Superintendent Pilch, and our reps for the Student Council of Representatives, and of course, our Greeley-Evans community. It is my honor to celebrate Mr. Stephen Paulson, our Colorado Teacher of the Year. I'm gonna have him and Mr. Birch come and stand up here with me. Stephen is one of the finest educators I have worked with in my near 20 years in education. He welcomes every single student into a rigorous learning environment, and his AP Human Geography classroom is a place where ninth graders find their voice, build confidence, and learn to think critically about our world. His students consistently outperform expectations because Stephen creates an environment where all of his students feel supported, challenged, and truly believed in. Stephen's impact extends far beyond his classroom. He mentors colleagues, partners with families, and builds opportunities for students, most notably by organizing career mentors for nearly 90 avid sophomores last year, and supporting students in earning more than $10 million in scholarships over his year as a mentor. He brings people together in ways that strengthen our entire school community. On a personal level, Stephen has made me a better leader. He is an exceptional thought partner. He is honest, reflective, and unafraid to challenge my thinking. We don't always agree, but that's one of the things that I value most. Our conversations sharpen ideas, we deepen our perspectives, and we help our entire school grow. What sets Stephen apart is his heart. His passion for teaching and his belief in young people are felt by everyone who crosses his path. We at Greeley Central have long known he is exceptional, and we are proud that Colorado now knows it too. Congratulations, Stephen. You have earned this honor, and we are very proud of you.
It's an honor to speak on behalf of Mr. Paulson this evening. Our entire community is sincerely proud to celebrate the first ever Colorado Teacher of the Year that we've seen here at District 6. Mr. Paulson began his teaching journey here at Franklin Middle School, made a short stop at Winograd, and then spent some time at West. And for the past 3 years, he's proudly called Greeley Central High School his home, where he has been a dedicated Wildcat and adopted our colors from day one. I've never seen someone wear so much orange and look so good. So I'm jealous. At each stop, Mr. Paulson has continued to hone his craft. And I've seen him, he and I met 10 years ago, and he was just starting an AP Econ class. And I've just seen him hone and hone and hone and hone. And he's still getting better. And that, if you ask him, it's still not good enough. Each lesson is that way. The thing that sticks out, though, is he continues to demonstrate his passion for students and learning, and he embodies what it means to be an outstanding educator. I swear, if we looked it up in the dictionary, it'd be his picture. You know, there he is. It's an outstanding educator. So when he came to Greeley Central, his impact was immediate. We could feel it. We had two AP human geography classes, and by a year later there were 4, and they were 2 smaller sections, and now we're shoving 35 people into 4 sections. So really, that's the small part of it. The biggest part is his first freshman AVID class. They're now juniors, and I'm seeing them in my AP classes. And they're not just, they're our leaders. They are our best students. They are committed educated students, and they demand a good education. Mr. Paulson has just imparted in them that they deserve the best. And I know I better bring it, because they'll go tell Mr. Paulson. I asked several of his students what makes Mr. Paulson such a great teacher. And there was some themes, and you guys have heard the themes. Because he cares about us, he cares that we do our work well, he tells us that we need to step it up, he's approachable, he's passionate about teaching. And then this is the one I loved, because it's from this very quiet young lady. And she looks at me and she goes, he never sugarcoats anything. And yes, you know that, yeah. As do we with professionals that work with him. He holds us accountable, grades our work quickly, and always asks for our feedback so he can improve as a teacher. I think that what a hallmark of a great teacher is going back to the people he's serving and going, how did that work for you? And I know that he's continually just driven to improve. Mr. Paulson teaches his students to expect a great education, to expect to do hard things, and to understand that success must be earned through effort and perseverance. He doesn't just teach his kids, he's empowering kids. He's changing their lives. As a colleague, it's often said that a rising tide lifts all boats, and you'll appreciate this. Kennedy said that in reference to economics. So as an econ teacher, we geek out about that stuff. And that's exactly what Mr. Paulson does. He is the high tide, and all boats will rise, whether it's student, whether it's staff, the people around him will have to rise to keep up with him. And I've been challenged in so many different ways. I just love it. The other day, just on a personal note, avid teacher, their TRF, and we were there late. And I'm like, TRF, talk to me about this. And I haven't done one. You know, I'm not an avid teacher, but I'm a teacher. And they're like, you ought to do it. So what I did in AP Psychology before test with Mr. Paulson and Mrs. Kirby's coaching, I did the TRF. But you know who did the TRF? The students that were in Mr. Paulson's class, because they were so schooled at it that they led the whole classroom. Learning because they got the gift of learning. Mr. Torres, who's here this evening, and he came over to join us as Wildcats, and he said that Mr. Paulson can take an ordinary class and avidize it, which he did to me. He avidized it, bringing everything to life, and we know that he does that for kids. He has a gift for knowing exactly which teaching moves to make to increase engagement, push student thinking to a higher level. He's a master of the science of teaching, and his knowledge, drive, and focus on improving student learning are remarkable. Now, we've even joked he may be a cyborg. He does not eat at school. He does not drink water at school. Any beverages. He does not drink it. He does not eat at school. So, what the heck? But while his energy is superhuman and his commitment to education is too, his passion for kids and his mastery of the art of teaching are somehow something no machine, no AI, nothing you can do with a computer could ever replicate or duplicate or even match. So it's teachers like Mr. Paulson, and Mr. Paulson does it at such a high level that bring life to a brightness to students. I've known Steve for over a decade. We started teaching AP Economics when he started at West. We met and talked about approaches to the class. And he's reached out to Mr. Frazier, and he reaches out to find resources to get better. And he's constantly doing that. As he and I went to dinner or breakfast or for a drink of water, we talked about we need to teach together. And I'm like, you got to come to Central. And there's a point where he's like, no, you got to come to West. And we always had this running joke that this just might happen. Well, and I'm sure glad that some things had to fall into place, and all of a sudden Mr. Paulson said he wanted to interview at our place for a job. Now, I knew he was good, guys. We all knew. He came in for that interview, and he blew us away. I could not believe how prepared, how great, how everything was the best interview I've ever been part of. And we're going to hire the guy probably anyway. I mean, he could have walked in and said hello, we would have hired him. But, oh my gosh, guys, that's not his MO. That's not how he does things. He comes in and gives it everything when it comes to education. And we were blown away. But we didn't even know the tip of the iceberg. That was just a part of what we were going to get. And at Greeley Central now, we have got to see him continue to hone his craft, continue to drive to get better. And I know these things, he is an amazing teacher, but I can tell you this, as you get to know him, I can attest he's an even better man, and I'm a better man for knowing him, so I'm thankful for that. As we've gotten to know each other, just so you know, I'm only a day older. Our birthdays are a day apart. So just, yeah. Yep, we found all these crossovers. I'm only a day older. This stuff drives him crazy, and I told him, hey, tonight I get to talk to you, and you don't get to say anything back. But I forgot he got to talk after this. He really, this stuff, National Teacher of the Year is his biggest fear because it'd take him from his classroom. He is a devoted educator, guys, and we all know this stuff, but I'm so happy that the state of Colorado got to know this guy and that he got recognized. I'm going to tell you, I'm fearful he would win that National Teacher of the Year. because I've never known anybody even close to better or as good. So please join me in congratulating and welcoming the 2025 Colorado Teacher of the Year, Mr. Stephen Paulson.
I have a hard time accepting this because the three of the best teachers I've ever worked for are 1, 2, and 3 right over there. So Mrs. Kirby, Mr. Birch, and Mr. Torres, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. So it's a little silly to me that I get it and they don't. There's just been a lot of people that have made me better, and the students we have in this district are the best I've ever worked with. And I did get a lot of angry text messages and phone calls after this video was published, so thanks a lot for that. But I really didn't want to do this. I don't want to be standing right here right now, for being honest, but I do want to represent our community and our district with pride, because our students and our staff, our school board, our principals, our teachers, they all deserve to be recognized. And Greeley has been a home for me since 2007, and for our community to get recognized for the excellence that we have, that's what makes me want to continue to do it. I did withdraw from the National Teacher of the Year, and that was by choice because I don't want to take a year-long sabbatical, and I feel good about the decision I made. But I am honored to represent our community and our students, because there's been a lot of jokes about Greeley for a long time, and I don't think they have much to joke about now, and that makes me happy. So thank you all for having me here tonight. No, it was perfectly timed.
Teresa, wait. Come here, you guys. Come here, you guys. Yes, come on, Torres.
Come on, Kirby.
Kirby, come on. Jeez, get up here. He said it here like 3 times.
White case keeps
You guys are good. Ready? Perfect.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Guys, thank you. It's here, stay behind.
Well, we don't always allow for board member comments following special items, but I have people buzzing in, like the calls are coming in. So Dr. Campos-Fitzy, if you'd like to share your thoughts.
So I happened to stop by Greeley Central today to pick up this shirt that Mr. Paulson had promised to me. And I got there around 3:05, and I talked to front desk and said, my name's Brenda Campos-Fitzy. Mr. Paulson was supposed to leave a shirt here at the front desk, and she's like, oh, what? The front desk staff person said she could call him, but he's in the middle of class. And I was like, no, don't do that. If I know anything from what I heard from Kelly Langley Cook's interview, she was one of the panelists who was interviewed to decide on Mr. Paulson getting this award. And she, who is a UNC professor in the Department of Education, said she would come into his classroom, to ask him some question, and Mr. Paulson is so student-centered and student-first that he would completely ignore her until she would have to clear her throat and say, actually, I have something I really do have to tell you, and can't wait until the end of the class. And so I knew I wasn't going to interrupt you for a t-shirt, and so I came back at 3:40, which is when class was over, and grabbed my t-shirt. But so proud of you. I got to work with Mr. Paulson on the career mentorship project that Ms. Zulaf mentioned, where 91 students in sophomores at Greeley Central were connected with career mentors, from architects to welders to doctors. And it was just such a cool project to be a part of, and just felt like so above and beyond to reach out on Facebook and put out this call to the community to sign up and mentor these kids and let them see what their dreams could be, their dream careers could look like. And I know I'll never forget working with those 2 students that I got was really cool. I think it went both ways. My own medical assistant, and I've talked about her before, had Mr. Paulson in Mexican American Studies at Greeley West. And when she heard that you were awarded this, she said, And I love this because it echoes some of the words that were already spoken, but and this is from Angie Rodriguez, and she said, he gives, how can I say, he gives his all to students. And so once I had interacted more with Mr. Paulson, I was certain he was not married, because who can give that much to his job and have a family? And then I found out, no, as you have seen in this video, he has a beautiful wife and kids. And so I don't know how you do it, but you are a master of your craft, and you're elevating the profession, and we are so lucky to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Campos. Sarah Venegas, is that you, or is it who? Somebody, you. Okay, Abby Tovar, sorry.
I'm going to try and make this really quick, but I remember my sophomore year was when Mr. Paulson came to Greeley Central, and at first I was like, I don't know if I like this guy. He's coming from West, and I don't really like that school, you know, but I, like, a lot of my, freshman friends, they weren't doing so hot in his AP Human Geography class. And I was like, man, he's so hard on these kids. They're just freshmen, you know, but they're in that AP class. And I finally came to, a realization. My friends ended up passing the class, by the way. But I came to the realization that, Paulson is genuinely so hard on his students because he believes in them to the point, that they will persevere past that. And I genuinely think that, you teaching a bunch of freshmen is what's really going to change the culture and student body at Greeley Central. And I have a lot of pride in the class of 2026. But don't tell them I said this, but the class of 27, when you came and with your avid students, genuinely you see the leadership in them. And they genuinely represent pride, class, and dignity, which is all that Greeley Central is about. So I acknowledge Paulson for that. And I like you now. I see your teaching method now. But at first I was like, man, this guy, I don't know about him. But I do know about you now. And I hope that all the other teachers at Greeley Central can kind of look up to you in a way. And honestly, I see it today as well. My avid teacher, Mr. Sibley, he's always talking about, I'll go check with Paulson. Let me go work on my plan with Paulson. And I think it's really interesting because Sibley was here before Paulson, and yet he's looking up to Paulson. And I think it's a great thing. You are seriously doing a lot of stuff for Greeley Central, and I hope you know that. And this is coming from a student who I've never actually had a class with Paulson. And maybe that makes it less significant. But I just think that seeing all of the work that he's put in, it's genuinely showing at Greeley Central, and we truly appreciate having you. So thank you.
I'll also offer my congratulations and thank you all for coming to share your experiences with Mr. Paulson, and just very well deserved. Thank you for serving our students and representing our community. And I'm sorry, but today Ms. Zuloff is winning the orange competition, so I think y'all need to have an orange crush competition and just keep that. You don't want a Greeley Central Christmas sweater. It's fantastic. All right, well, thank you all for being here. We love celebrating our staff and our students. Moving on, we will have a proclamation recognizing School Psychology Week. And Dr. Campos, would you, this is an action item that requires a motion.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approve the proclamation declaring November 3 through 7, 2025 as School Psychology Week in District 6.
Second.
Thank you both. Dr. Campos, will you please read the proclamation?
Proclamation of the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6, School Psychologist Week, November 3rd through 7th, 2025. Whereas children and youth learn best when they are healthy, supported, and receive an education that enables them to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. And whereas schools can more effectively ensure that all students are able to learn when they meet the needs of the whole child and provide integrated, multi-tiered supports. And whereas children's mental health is directly linked to their learning and development and benefits when the learning environment provides an optimal context to promote good mental health through connectedness within the school and community. And whereas sound psychological principles are integral to instruction and learning, school safety, social and emotional development, prevention, early intervention, and support of culturally diverse student populations. And whereas school psychology has more than 60 years of well-established, widely recognized, and highly effective practice and standards that are clearly articulated in the National Association of School Psychologists Model for Comprehensive and Integrated School Psychological Services. And whereas school psychologists are specifically trained to foster and deliver in the school and community a continuum of mental health services and academic supports that lower barriers to teaching and learning, and I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, thank you. Whereas school psychologists help children thrive by nurturing their individual strengths across both personal and academic endeavors, and whereas school psychologists are trained to assess student and school-based barriers to learning and individual strengths, make data-based decisions, implement research-driven prevention and intervention strategies, and evaluate outcomes and improve accountability, and whereas Greeley-Evans School District 6 recognizes the vital role that school psychologists play in the personal and academic development of our students, therefore, the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 hereby proclaims November 3rd through 7th, 2025 as School Psychology Week in District 6, given under the hand and the executive seal of Weld County School District 6 this 10th day of November 2025, President Natalie Mash.
Thank you, Dr. Campos-Fitzy. Is there any conversation on the motion? I would just like to say that I also would like to recognize and thank our school psychologists for the invaluable work that they do with our students. I believe that this is a position that we've worked really hard to increase in our district, knowing that originally the caseloads and the students needing those mental health supports were far greater than the staff that we had. And again, we know that the mental health of our children is vital in order for them to be able to learn and in order for them to be able to thrive in our schools. So I'm excited to approve this proclamation, and again, just please hear that your position is very valued, and thank you for working with our students. And Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, I would just want to echo what you said, President Mash, that our school psychologists mean so much to this district. They are, and it's such an emotionally difficult job, meaning because of the situations that they often deal with. They are often the people that, and we do have a certain number of accidents and a certain every year unfortunate deaths, and our school psychologists go in and meet with our students sometimes, meet with our teachers, meet with staff, and so we're so thankful for the work that they do, and just want you to know how much we appreciate you and what you provide for this district and our students.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lemon, will you give us a vote, please?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Fitzy?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. And I'd like to invite Kristen Arnold up, our lead psychologist, to accept this proclamation.
Hi. My name is Kristen Arnold. I am the lead school psychologist here in the district. I have been here for 25 years, and I have to say that I love my job. I have the pleasure of being able to support some amazing school psychologists. I'm not assigned to a building. I just get to support some amazing school psychologists. So thank you so much for all of your support. Dr. Pilch, the board, the directors, and all of the administration and people that we work with in this district. Thank you so much. I was also hoping we could have some of these amazing school psychologists come up here, please, and introduce themselves. Will you just, thank you.
I'm Tiffany Martin, and I serve Prairie Heights Middle School and help out with some other district stuff when needed.
I'm Brittany King, and I'm the school psychologist for Greeley-West High School.
I'm Jenna Wilsey, and I support McAuliffe STEM Academy and Jackson Elementary School. Stephanie Hill, and I support Bella Romero and Early College Academy.
My name is Kim Perales, and I work at Scott Elementary School and Union Colony Preparatory.
Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your work with our students. All right, celebrations and proclamations continuing. The next item on our agenda is a proclamation recognizing Education Support Professionals Day. This is an action item.
I move that the Board of Education at Greeley-Evans School District 6 approve the proclamation declaring November 19th, 2025 as Education Support Professional Day in District 6.
Second.
Thank you both. Mr. Azari, would you please read the proclamation?
Proclamation of the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6, Education Support Professionals Day, November 19th, 2025. Whereas public schools are the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas education support professionals are an integral part of the education process, and whereas education support professionals provide a safe and healthy learning environment for students, and whereas education support professionals work tirelessly to serve our children and communities with care and professionalism. Now, therefore, the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 hereby proclaims Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 as Education Support Professionals Day in District 6. Given under my hand and the executive seal of Weld County School District 6 this 10th day of November 2025, Natalie Mash, President.
Thank you, Mr. Azari. Is there any discussion on the proclamation? I will also make comment about our education support professionals. Oftentimes, for my children, the person that they've made a close connection with is an educational support person. Of course, they have their teachers in each of their classes, but I think I've shared this story a number of times, but one of my sons, there was a spirit day that was dressed as, your favorite person in the building. And so he dressed as Brenda, the lunch lady, and he had kind of long hair at the time, did a bun and a hairnet and everything. So again, just every single person in the building is an integral part of our students' day. Often is that person that sees the student, in their moment of frustration or a sad moment or something like that, where they can speak into that student's life. So very excited to bring this proclamation forward as well. Ms. Lemon, will you give us a vote?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzi?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
And I would like to invite Joaquin Morado forward, Classified Council President, to accept this proclamation.
Thank you, President Mash, Board, and Dr. Pilch. It's my honor to accept the proclamation. Obviously, I hold great value in support staff because I am a support staff. I feel like the duties that they do are so far in the background that not very many people get recognized for it every day. Paraprofessionals is probably somebody that you're probably talking about. I'd like to recognize, transportation, kitchen staff, custodial. I know I'm gonna forget a whole bunch of people. Plumbers, IT people, electricians. So whenever you're in a building next week, please grab somebody, let them know that you're grateful for everything they do in the buildings, okay? Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is our Council of Student Representatives report from Early College Academy.
President Mash, members of the board, Dr. Pilch, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sarah Venegas and Levi Aldridge. These two truly embody what it means to be an early college academy tiger with their open mindset, work effort, and love of learning.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Pilch, and President Mash. You guys know me by now. I'm Sarah Venegas, and I am a proud senior at Early College Academy. Our school is not only built on strong academic success, but we have an even stronger community. Early College Academy is a school that allows students to take dual enrollment classes through Ames Community College starting their freshman year, which means ECA students are not only D6 students, but we are Ames students as well. That's pretty cool. In doing so, students can graduate not only with their high school diploma, but also with an associate's degree too. ECA has always offered an Associates of Arts degree. However, as of 3 years ago, our admin has been working to implement more science classes to hopefully offer an Associates of Science degree in the future. This would allow students to take the path of the degree they wish to earn that would benefit them most in their career. As Ames students, our seniors have the privilege to take classes on the main campus, which means their classes are more personalized to the career path they wish to take. They also have the opportunity to receive a degree of designation in math, history, or psychology if they choose to, which means they offer more than the general classes at ECA. Not only is ECA growing academically, but our school spirit keeps growing more every year. We have some great traditions at ECA throughout the school that strengthen our connections and offer that high school experience many think we miss. We get those first day jitters. NAV crew is no stranger to going all out to welcome our students loud and proud through making posters and making them feel welcomed, and along with Artie the Aardvark, giving some good luck high fives. ECA has allowed me to explore a new version of myself, a version who is a strong leader, not only in her school, but in her community as well. All the amazing opportunities I have been given, such as being student body president, president of National Honor Society, president of the Council of Student Representatives, and being able to be a student representative here on the board meetings, are all due to the challenges and support ECA has provided me. There has never been a dull moment for me at ECA, especially since freshman year, I started being a member of student council, dedicating my time and ideas to improving all those fun school events such as our dances, our spirit weeks, and so much more. I have never felt so connected to both the students and the staff as I have at ECA. Spending all of my off blocks in my dream team teacher's office, eating all of her snacks, and playing card games with the underclassmen, or snapping some fun pictures for yearbook, because that is my favorite class. There is never a dull moment in that class with all of our fun conversations. ECA has prepared me for the challenges that college courses bring, and how to take those challenges through seeking help to build that resilience. I hope to take those new skills to New York University, my dream school, where I plan to major in biomedical and live that city life. As I mentioned, the Student Council never fails to plan out some fun activities where students can showcase their skills, competitiveness, and grow connections. At the beginning of the year, we have our popcorn social, where our incoming students can socialize with teachers and our student body to build those connections and those friendships. Plus, who doesn't love some good popcorn? The fun doesn't stop there, because in September, the Student Council hosts our Fall Festival, where our clubs have some great games, food, and music for everyone to enjoy. One of the highlights of the year is our Spirit Weeks, because at the end of those weeks, we have our class competition assembly games. ECA is filled with creative people. We see this creativity flourish in the prior days of Spirit Week because of our students and staff love to go all out. Mr. Fern is not shy to participate in those Spirit Weeks, dressing up as Gru from Despicable Me, and as a popular saying among the students right now, 6'7". He is such a great principal who is very attentive to his students, knowing everyone by name, in order to make sure they are reaching their potential. Our students are quite competitive. On assembly days, our cafegimatorium, or newly named Tiger Den, fills with encouragement and determination. ECA is unique. We are the only D6 high school that has a field day at the end of every year. During this day, we hold award ceremonies for our students, and our seniors receive their cords and a senior send-off. Additionally, we have our dodgeball tournament, where our students have yet to beat the staff, unfortunately. You can't have a field day without a sweet treat, so Student Council always has a Kona ice truck to help our students cool off on a hot day. I'm a huge people person who loves to build good energy with others. On field day, that energy is through the roof. And it's a day where fun is the goal. No work, no stress, just enjoying a nice hot day playing with friends, acting like kids again. We are not only dedicated to creating fun experience for our students, but also providing resources if they are struggling or need a quiet place to be. Our Student Support Center houses all of our resources. You can find our counselors, our Dream Team teachers, our special education teachers, and of course, our Front Range therapist. Additionally, we have our Ames tutors for every subject to help our students if they are struggling on any assignments. There have been many times when I find myself so stressed I can't even think, but I know that the tutors that Ames is providing and ECA is providing truly help me reach better versions of myself. Taking dual enrollment classes, much like Calculus 1, is difficult, but our tutors work during our off blocks in order to help us get through those difficult challenges. Our Student Support Center has truly become a safe space for many students because of the calm atmosphere and amazing help that they offer. Students can easily access these resources in order for them to seek help or have a safe space to focus. Our NAV crew is an addition to those student resources who love to support our students during harder times like finals week, when they make goodie bags to encourage our students to stay motivated and help their finals week be slightly stress-free. I love being a member of NAV crew, helping to remind the incoming students that they are capable of everything. It's such a wonderful group of people who all dedicate themselves to making ECA a welcoming place for all. Although ECA continues improving year by year, many of our students have mentioned the benefit of a bigger parking lot. Our building is quite small, which means our parking lot is too. When there is pickup after school, our driving students struggle to get out because of how limited the space is. This could be a helpful improvement to a building, so just keep that in mind. Finally, I have the pleasure of introducing a student who truly embodies what ECA is all about in order to tell you more of the amazing things we offer. Levi Aldridge.
Good evening, District 6 Board of Education, President Mash, and Dr. Pilch. It is my pleasure to be speaking to you this evening. I am Levi Aldridge, currently a junior who has the privilege of attending Early College Academy, along with Sarah. She is quite the role model for me. And it is my privilege to get to highlight some of the many awesome things about ECA. ECA offers many incredible academic opportunities, as Sarah mentioned, in the midst of a very lively school spirit. In addition to all of this, and yes, it does get better somehow, ECA gives students opportunities to participate in clubs and the many privileges of being Ames students. Let's start by talking about clubs. The clubs available at ECA are student-led and student-initiated. Any and all students have the ability to start and run a club so long as they have 3 prerequisites. 1, an idea. 2, a handful of students who share the interest. And finally, a teacher who's willing to sponsor that club. Some school clubs that I participate in, and let me tell you, there are many offered at ECA, are Bible Study Club, Music Club, Insight Magazine, and one of the most popular clubs at Early College Academy is Snacks and Crafts, which just gives you a taste, get it, for the school spirit that ECA has. In addition to all of these clubs, ECA has a very engaged and active student council full of students who are wanting to make positive change in the school, in the student body. In addition to this, Early College Academy is home to a chapter of National Honor Society and also has a group known as NAV Crew, which Sarah did mention. NAV Crew is a group of students dedicated to making ECA an enjoyable and comfortable place, especially for incoming students and underclassmen. NAV Crew members visit underclassmen during their seminar periods to play team building games and discuss topics like friendship and gratitude, as well as how to strive for excellence in classes and extracurriculars. NAV Crew leaders also volunteer at school events to help students and families navigate with ease. Another club and opportunity very unique to ECA is Insight Magazine. Insight Magazine is a showcase of creative works from ECA students. This magazine contains literary works such as poems and essays, as well as artwork, including photography, as well as online media. Those of us who are in the club get to organize the magazine for it to be published through Ames, both in physical print and online, making every student whose work is included an official published author, which is pretty neat. And the marvel of ECA extends far beyond clubs. As Sarah mentioned, all students at ECA are dual enrolled at Ames. As Ames students, all Ames facilities, all Ames events, and Ames privileges are available to ECA students. For example, the Ames PERC, the Physical Education and Recreation Center, is a free privilege for all Ames students and therefore all ECA students. I personally have made use of this several times, especially for their very nice indoor track. And let me tell you, it is a privilege. In addition to this, the perks of being Ames students do not end there. Every student at ECA can also make use of Ames resources such as Artie's Pantry, which is a program that provides Ames students and therefore ECA students with grocery items as well as personal care items for free. And being aligned with Ames also allows Early College Academy to use Ames facilities such as their ballroom to host ECA dances and the annual National Honor Society induction ceremony. ECA is proud to be a small school. The small school size of approximately 255 students allows ECA to be a more tight-knit community and for students to have better relationships, or more accurately, friendships with their teachers and professors. And finally, a small school size enables ECA to have events such as the field day that Sarah mentioned and popcorn socials that are manageable and also, I think, more beneficial to students having such a small student body. I echo Sarah's request for the possibility of a larger parking lot. Hint, hint, maybe. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak here this evening. We appreciate all of your support for ECA, and we are excited for all the wonderful things that lie ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. We have a few questions or comments. Dr. Campos-Spitzy.
And so I really like your pride in the small school. I love that, just embracing it. I've always been so proud that we have ECA as part of District 6, which is basically a college prep school that's open to all of our kids. And you two are highlighting two different school systems you came from. I just heard that Sara Venegas, that you were a Bella Romero kid, and then Levi, you actually gave me a tour of McAuliffe back in the day. Good time. Yeah. So thank you for sharing. It sounds like you have a special place and that you do get to form these bonds with your educators and that there's a ton of support. I do think a college prep school sounds a little bit stressful, like it's a little competitive and all the kids are wanting to go to college and building up those applications can be stressful, but it sounds like you guys have the staff to support you all so that nobody is pulling their hair out. Is that right?
That is 100% correct. Hands down.
Thank you very much. And I was just thinking what a fantastic advertisement during open enrollment. So the floodgates are now open.
Just keep ECA on your radar, everyone.
There you go.
Not private.
Right, absolutely. Well, I do feel like there is just something special about every ECA student that has shared with us their pride and their love of ECA. And as it is a fully open enrolled school, you all choose to be there. You want to be there. You want that experience. And so thank you for sharing the full gamut of what's offered there in your experience. And best wishes in the rest of your senior year, Sarah. And we'll look forward to continuing to see you. And maybe we'll see you next year, Levi, when you bring the next update. So thank you for being here. We know you probably have schoolwork and things like that. So we always appreciate when our students spend their Monday evening with us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. My computer went to sleep, so hold on just a second. Oh, okay. And now we are on to Superintendent's report, Dr. Pilch.
Thank you, President Mash, members of the Board of Education. I just have a few things. I just want to remind everyone that tonight we did a reception to honor our outgoing board members, Mr. Rob Norwood and Mr. Michael Matthews. I want to thank Mr. Norwood for his 4 years of service and his dedication to the students and staff here in District 6. And then President Matthews, former President Matthews, what are your role? He'll always have been one of my presidents. I want to thank you for all that you've done for District 6 over the last 8 years and recognize you for the contribution to our students, our staff, and our community. We are a far better school district because of you and your leadership, and I think we're far better humans. So thank you, President Matthews. And then I'll just remind everyone that we do have a break coming up the week of November 24th. We do take that week and close our schools for Thanksgiving. And so the board meeting that would have been held on November 24th has been canceled. And so we won't come back together until December. I do want to encourage you to pay close attention if you're interested in the oath of office for our newest board members and our reorganization meeting. For the Board of Education, we had originally planned that for that first week in December. It does look like we will have official results back from the county sooner than planned. And so that meeting will very likely occur early to mid next week, in the afternoon most likely. I want to welcome the 3 new board members that will join us and be sworn in at that oath meeting, welcoming Dina Lemos Garcia and Robin Rogie and Weston Edmonds. And just so pleased that we have community members who are willing to give of their time and to serve in this volunteer elected role, and pleased that you're willing to run a campaign. It's certainly something I never want to do. So thank you and welcome to District 6. Thank you, President Mash.
Thank you, Dr. Pilch. Our next item on the agenda is public participation, but we did not have anyone signed up to speak this evening. Our next item is to approve our consent agenda. This is an action item and will require a motion.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves items as presented on the consent agenda and authorizes the officers to sign any and all contracts.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, will you give us a vote, please?
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzy?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
The final item on our agenda is to approve our District Evaluation Council membership. And this is also an action item.
I move that the Board of Education of Greeley-Evans School District 6 approves the membership of the District Evaluation Council as presented.
Second.
Thank you both. And I see Mrs. Overton. I'll give it over to you now.
Good evening, President Mash, board members, and Dr. Pilch. We're here annually that we come here to ask you to consider all of the members of our evaluation council and approve those members for the current year. State law requires that school districts maintain an evaluation council called a 1338 council, and that includes a minimum of 1 teacher, 1 administrator, 1 principal, and 1 parent who resides in the district, and 1 community member that doesn't have children currently enrolled in the district. The D6 Evaluation Council was established in 1979, a few decades ago. And it is set in motion to study, provide oversight, evaluate, address concerns, and develop specific recommendations for improving the district evaluation policy and procedures. The council is co-chaired by the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, or a designee in our case, and the President of the Greeley Education Association, or a designee. The Evaluation Council has a long-standing history of collaboration and partnership. The committee is co-chaired by Dr. Matthew Thompson, Director of Human Resources, and Aaron Snyder, President of Greeley Education Association. Each year, the council reviews ideas, insights, and challenges that arise from the use of the certified evaluation instrument, ensuring that it continues to support effective performance feedback as well as meaningful professional growth for both teachers and principals. Tonight, I'd like to invite Dr. Thompson to come up and present the recent accomplishments of the 1338 and share the proposed membership roster for your consideration tonight.
Thank you. I'd like to report that our 1338 Council is in a great position. There are no recommendations for changes from the state of Colorado or CDE at this time. We've maintained consistent membership in our committee from last year to this year, which is a collaboration between the members are identified collaboratively between GEA and our Human Resources Department. The past year, we've done a lot of work on our evaluation handbook, ensuring that it meets the accessibility requirements for the state. We've made some changes to add clarity and to simplify language. We meet at a rotating basis at a variety of different school locations that are hosted by members of our committee, teachers and administrators alike. Our current work this year involves assessing available measures of student learning, which are MSLs, and we have an MSL worksheet. And so we're identifying what measures are meeting the needs of all educators and the students that they serve. So we're seeking clarity of understanding for that for both teachers and administrators, as well as on complex ideas such as how median growth percentiles are defined and how they're measured. So at this time, we'd like to offer for your approval the following proposed list of members of our Evaluation Council, which includes myself as a co-chair and the proud parent of an ECA student. Ms. Aaron Snyder, who's the GEA president, is also co-chair. Mr. Andrew Palmer is a parent and administrator in our district. Annette Overton is also a member of our district leadership. Anthony Osmus, who's a member of district leadership and a parent. Kim Silva, who's also a member of our district leadership. Kelly Kennedy, who's an educator in our district. Melissa Wooden, who's an educator and a parent. Jason Gallhofer, who's our non-parent community member. Ron Anderson, who's also a non-parent community member. Zachary Armstrong, who's an educator and a parent in our district. Kelly Stewart, who's a district administrator. Heather Sievert, who's a district school administrator. And Teresa Santos, who's also an educator and a parent. So we appreciate your time and approval of our proposed membership. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any questions or any comments on the motion? Thank you very much for bringing this forward. Seeing the collaboration between the GEA and the administration gives me lots of confidence that this is a team that works well together and accomplishes the goals they set forward. So thank you very much, and we will have a vote.
Director Azari?
Aye.
Director Bentley?
Aye.
Director Campos-Spitzi?
Aye.
Director Mash?
Aye.
Director Matthews?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
That is all the business we have for this evening. And once again, thank you to our outgoing board member, former president, Mr. Michael Matthews. Next time, we'll look just a little bit different. But happy Thanksgiving to everyone and have a good evening. This meeting is adjourned.